Hi, welcome back. I've been missing for a while. I had some personal issues to attend. What kind of personal issues? Well, I am in my business, it's growing, so I'm looking for another building that is being built, and that's what I've been up to. So we're getting ready to move, and that was taking all my time. So, and then Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's, and my parents came to town, and of course it took a lot of time for me to do this podcast. But now that everything has passed, we're going to move forward with the podcast. So welcome once again in 20. And we're going to talk. There's a lot of stuff that happened while I was away, and I kept my eye open, and I was still looking at the things that were coming out. The investigation on the 11th on KFOX came out, and they did the story audit. That's what we're going to talk about. After this, I'm going to do another podcast on how it all started, but I want you guys to remember what I said last year on one of the podcasts that I did. I said the Texas Rangers came to this to the Socorro Independent School District. They were investigating Ricardo Castañal. Okay, now in that podcast, you can go and look at it. I also said, and who else is being investigated? And I left you that question lingering there for a while. Now we know who else. How do I know? Not going to tell you. But I left you that question so that you can think, because I want people to understand that there's more than meets the eye. It's like an iceberg. We only see 10 to 15% of an iceberg. The rest, the body of it, is underneath the water. So if you use that analogy, then we'll know what I'm talking about. There's more than meets the eye. And therefore, I will tell you, we're going to dissect this video, and I'm going to give you my opinion. And then I'm going to do another podcast this week or this weekend, and I'm going to break it down to you of how this came about. And it's going to be so interesting. We're going to come out, and I should make an award for the stupidest person in the world, because I could give that trophy away. But never mind. We're going to talk about this. We're going to dissect this video and get to it, because it's very important. Very important. So here we go.
Fox 14 now knows the reason why the Texas Rangers are investigating the Socorro School District.
And it directly involves two school board members. Fox 14 News at 9's Jennifer Cuevas joins us live from the newsroom to explain more about the conversation that was recorded and sparked the investigation.
Well, in an hour-long audio recording, two Socorro ISD trustees are heard bad-mouthing their fellow trustee members, as well as the former interim superintendent and the principal of the school where one of the trustees' wives worked at the time. Now, this conversation all started because the two were upset that they were unable to pass a mask mandate for the district back in April of 2021.
Talk to Carmona about this principal here. I think she's all badass. I'm about to clip her wings.
You're gonna get off her high plane?
Yeah. I mean, she wants to write me up. Go ahead. Go ahead. Well, she sent it to my wife. My wife got written up.
That was part of the conversation between SISD trustee Ricardo Castellano and Pablo Barrera, vice president of the school board, in April of 2021. Castellano was talking about bringing up an issue to the former interim superintendent, Marta Carmona.
I don't know, we got an idiot there.
About a principal he said was picking on his wife, who happens to be a teacher in the district.
Well, I'm gonna see tomorrow how she acts with this Elliott deal. You know, when I bring everything up about this principal, see what she does.
That's the part that got the Texas Rangers involved as they investigate whether Castellano abused his power as a board member. Castellano and Barrera then go on to vent about their fellow board members. They were mad the board voted down a proposal to order a mask mandate at SISD, even though Governor Greg Abbott said he wouldn't allow mandates in Texas.
Give them vitamin C. I'm healthy. Look at you. You're gonna explode. Oversized. I mean, she could die of COVID. You know, who cares? The world would not miss her.
I'm going to stop it right there because I want you to understand what he just said. He was talking about Dr. Carmona and how sad it is to hear an ex-police officer, a sergeant, talk bad about a subordinate. It's sad. How do you mean that you wish you get COVID? Well, not wish, but if she got COVID and died, nobody would miss her. That is sad. That is a pathetic thought. We'll move on.
Towards the end of the hour-long phone call, the two verbally pat themselves on the back, celebrating their role as SISD trustees.
Man, we beat the odds, man. You and me. We're gods right now.
We're school board gods.
Now, we did reach out to trustees Barrera and Castellano to give them a chance to provide an explanation, but we did not hear back in time for this report. As for the investigation with the Texas Rangers, that is still active and ongoing, according to the Texas Department of Public Safety. For now, reporting live in the newsroom, Jennifer Cuevas, KFOX 14, News at 9.
Okay, so now that we heard what was still pending, the investigation is taking a turn, and now we know who else is being investigated, and that's Pablo Barrera. It is sad because both of them were in law enforcement, and you know, and we confide in them, we trusted them, we voted for them, and look at what they think. They think that they're gods. I don't care. I would never say that. Second of all, it is pathetic that I understand, and I'm going to say this, I understand that you want to come to the defense of your wife, which is a school teacher. I understand that, Mr. Castellano. But if it means that you have to destroy and go against good values, that's where I draw the line. You cross the line in trying to pressure Dr. Carmona, not only pressure her, but you ridicule her in this call. You call her that she's fat, and you hope, not hope, but that if she gets coronavirus and something happens to her, nobody's going to miss her. What does that say about you? It doesn't say much. I'm ashamed to have a board trustee that thinks like that to of one of their subordinates. It is pathetic. You know, that's all I can say. As far as that God issue, you're not above the law. You may think you're above the law, and the bad thing about it is that you should know the law. You should know the law. You should know that when it's retaliation, that's against the law. When you abuse your authority, that's against the law. Now, it's not proven that you did that. But if the Texas Rangers come back and they say that you did abuse and that you retaliated because of your wife, then you should no longer sit there. You should resign and get the hell out and give that seat up to somebody that's really going to do the right thing, that has values, that aren't going to be, bent for somebody's personal vendettas. It's just sad. It's very sad that this is what Socorro Independent School District is going through. But I will say this, now we found out that the second person was Pablo Barrera, who got caught also in this conversation. And maybe, hopefully he's not tainted as bad. Because I know him personally, I have to disclose that. I've had dinner with him and his wife and his family. They're good people, you know. It's just that they just got caught, and unfortunately, you know, it's one of those things. But I will say this, you know, I just hope that he didn't have anything to do with the firing or the moving of the teacher. For what we know so far is that the teacher in question is suspended without pay, I believe. So until this investigation clears up, or if the school has its own investigation. But we'll see. We'll do some open records to find out what's going on with that. But I will say this: is it a slap in the face? Yes, it is. With all the constituents that voted for Mr. Castellano, and like I said, we need to wait and see what the investigation rolls out. So this is the show today. This is something that has been happening for a while. I have another podcast that I'm going to bring. I'm going to show you some screenshots of how all this came about. This is being investigated, but I will also say this, and I'll leave you with another little tidbit, like I did with the other video when I said, and who else is being investigated. This investigation is leading to if whether or not he retaliated against the principal and had the lynchman, Dr. Carmona, move, or the new superintendent move that principal from that school. Okay, we don't know which one of those two, but the investigation will come around and see what was going on. Now, if they're investigating that, they should also investigate why the chief of police was terminated. You might say, why? That is so interesting. If you retaliated, I want you to think about this, guys. If you retaliated because somebody was written up your wife for not following protocols, procedures, handbook, whatever you want to call it, if you retaliated for that, why was the chief of police fired at that time of the Texas Rangers coming into the district and investigating the board members in question? Because the grapevine says that he was helping the Texas Rangers with that investigation, or he had to go to their office for an interview that the district possibly with the instruction of some trustees not to let the chief of police go. That should be investigated also. I'm just saying. So that just reminds me of a song that CC Factory used to sing, things that make you go, very interesting and very poetic at this time. So once again, thank you for watching. Keep in touch because I will come back soon and I will be doing some more videos. I will break down why this happened. Very important, the next video, guys, because you will see how this came about. And you're going to be shocked, because if I can give a trophy for the stupidest person in Socorro ISD, I would have given that trophy out to this person that we're going to speak about in the next show. So stay tuned. God bless you. And I hope you have a prosperous year. So see you real soon. Thank you for watching En 20.